T codes, STAD, ST03, ST04, and DBA cockpit. Okay, so in our last class we were talking about the different T codes, STAD, ST03, ST04, and DBA cockpit. STAD still we'll have to explore. This we will explore later. I didn't get time to check this one. The problem we are facing yesterday. Let's continue with the file operation. In file operation, we have started writing a code, and what actually we are talking about under the file operation, if you see, then here, let's go to the last slides. We are discussing about the different types of file operation. Okay, file operation with respect to presentation server and with respect to application server. So presentation server, we have seen yesterday that if we have to download some file, how we can download. Similarly, we can upload the file. Once we'll start the BDC, there we will see how we can upload the file with the help of GUI_upload. There are various function modules given by the SAP. With the help of directly, you can download the file in the Excel format, and as well from the Excel you can upload the file in the program into an internal table, and you can do whatever you want to do with that internal table values. Now, we were talking about the application server file operation. In application server file operation, whatever the file operation on application server, to manage that one, to check that one, which are the file available, we are having the T code called AL11. Whenever we have to write some data on the application server in some file, we must have to remember this output command and the transfer command. Output command is, yeah, it's recorded. Recording is on. Okay, recording is on. Fine. So whenever we have to write something on application server, first we have to open the file, because without opening the file, how you will be able to write anything? First we will have to open the file. For the purpose of open the file, we must have to use this particular keyword in order to write the content into the file. Okay. For reading the file, also you'll have to open the file, but for that purpose, to open the file, you will have to use the input command. Once you give output or input command, system understands what you want to do with. If you give the output command, system understands you are going to write something. If you give the input command, system understands you are going to read something. To write the file, to write the content in the file, we'll have to use the transfer command. On the other hand, to read the content from the file, we will have to use the read command. Let's go to the system and we'll start writing a program which will ultimately write the content into the file called mb28 april.txt. So we are going to create a file on AL11 server. So AL11. So here, and whatever you are going to write, everything is going to come over here. This is your root directory. Okay. And this is dedicated for the SAP user like us. Double click over here and it will appear over here. Currently the MB03, if you just sort it, you will not able to find anywhere, right? This is in sorted order. You can see that here there is no MB we are having, right? I'm going to write the file. To write the file, as we discussed, we have to use the output command, right? So I'm going to open the file. I'm going to open this particular file. So when we will open this particular file will be created over there. Opening means this particular file will be created. Okay. So the Command for that is open dataset file underscore name. Which file name you want to open? You want to create. I want to create this particular file name on the server. So file underscore name is the name of the file. Okay. So here I am giving the name of the file. Open dataset. Dataset means the container which contains the set of data. Which contains the set of data? File name contains the set of data, right? File contains the set of data. That's why we are using over here. So as we know that ABAP is semantically a rich programming language, right? It's a 4th generation programming language. So whatever you are going to write, exactly we are going to do the same, right? So dataset is nothing but the file. Oh, we are opening the file. File name is file underscore name. Okay. For which purpose? For the writing purpose. So for output, we'll have to give in which mode? By default mode is the text mode. Okay. And encoding is going to be a default. Full stop. This in text mode and encoding default, this is optional. If you want, you can write. If you don't want, you cannot write. By default, it is going to take the text mode, and the encoding by default, it is going to be default. Now, I want to transfer the content of the file, right? I want to transfer the content into this particular file. So I should have the content first, right? So I'm going to select some data, select up to 20 rows, select Martner, okay, Martner, mtart and mbrsh, right, into table @data. New syntax we are using, very easy to use new syntax, no need of declaring the table and all, right? And up to 10 rows, just 10 rows I want to demonstrate. From which table? From Mara table. Okay, so this is what we have written the code. So in IT underscore tab, 10 rows we are having. That 10 rows I want to write in this file. The name of the file is MB28 April text. In this I want to write. To write this, we'll have to use a command called transfer. So transfer, what I have to transfer? I want to transfer the content of this file, IT underscore tab. I want to transfer. Okay. Now, what I will do that, I will put the loop, right? Because one by one only we can loop at IT underscore tab into. So first we'll have to get one by one record into our work area, and that work area value we are going to transfer one by one. Complete file we will not be able to transfer. So loop at IT underscore tab into data WA underscore Amara, and in W underscore Mara we are going to have the data, right? First record, second record, third record, right? And end loop, this transfer should be inside this. In W underscore Mara we have the record. Let's concatenate all this record separated by a space, and we will put in a string, right? In the file, data is going to have in a string format. Okay, so I'm just going to prepare a string, and then that string value I will transfer. So a string, what is? I will declare one string. So data LV underscore string, type a string. So this string LV underscore string, I will just transfer it to file. Okay. So in this LV underscore string, I will have to put the content. So concatenate, or you can use the new syntax, okay, or you can use the old syntax, anything. WA underscore Mara hyphen MATNR, then mtart, then W underscore Mara hyphen mtart, then W underscore Mara hyphen MBRSH into LV underscore string separated by a space. Okay, so this particular command is going to concatenate material number mtat and mbrsh and going to put into this string variable, and this string variable I'm writing into the file. That's it. This is done. This is done. Once we do this, we'll have to close the file, right? We'll have to close the file. Once the writing is done, once you have opened the notebook, you have written the content, then what you do? You close the file, right? So similarly, we'll have to write close data set and the name of the file. Okay, so close data set and name of the file we'll have to do. Okay. That's it. So this is for writing. Some error is there. The parameter name file underscore name here can be up to 8 characters maximum. That is true. So file underscore n we can keep it. Okay. And generally if it is a parameter, it's better to give p underscore file underscore n. Okay, because it's parameter. Copy this one, and wherever we are having the file, we have to put this one, Control V and this one. So wherever file name I was using, I will put the p underscore file. Check the syntax. Again, some error is there. Actually this is p underscore file, it's not file. Check the syntax now. Pretty printer, activate this one, activate, and once everything is done, then we will do that. Close data set p underscore file, this open data set. See, after this open data set, it's better to check the size sub RC. If size sub RC equals to 0, that means your file got created successfully on the application server. Then you are transferring the content, and once everything is done, once everything you have written, you can write it over here, or maybe this end diff we can put it after closing the file. Okay, here also if size sub RC equals to 0, we can write that file written successfully. Okay, so file, we can give message, or we can give some output message over here, or write that file created successfully, file written successfully, file written successfully. So like that we can do. Pretty printer, check the syntax, activate this one, activate. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the breakpoint over here, press F8. Report this can only be started with a variant. That's true, because parameter we have used over here. Okay, activate this, activate this, activate this. Okay, let us do one thing. We'll use the selection screen. Okay, we will use the event because it's not capturing by default. So start of selection I'm just going to give. Activate this, press F8. What's the problem? ZMB28 parameter type default, this is fine. Data LV string type this one. Report ZMB28 demo43 can only be started with a variant. What variant? It looks good over here, right? This is the parameter, that is fine. Why it's giving the error? Activation is successful when we are trying to run report MB28 demo43 can only be started with a variant. Right? Let's do one thing. I'm going to log out from here. Just go back. Okay. Once again, I will run that program. That is a strange error. I just want to see what is the problem. Okay. If size of RC, that is fine. Put the breakpoint over here. Press F8. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . You attempted to start a report without specifying a variant. However, the report attributes stipulate that the report can only be started using a variant. Okay, I don't think so. Here we require a variant. Parameters we are having, right? The name of the parameters is this one. That is also fine. Then we are putting the select query, id underscore tab. From the Mara table, open dataset p underscore file, p underscore file. This is also okay. We are concatenating with the help of a space over here. That is also fine. Close dataset. If let me do one thing. Initialization event. I'm going to just use it. Why this error is coming? Start of selection, it looks good. Here also it is fine, up to 10 rows from Mara. Open dataset p underscore file, right, for output in text mode. Encoding default, that is fine. Loop at, we are looping it over here. We are transferring the content. And if, okay, let me do one thing. I'll copy this program into 44. Here the variants and all I'm not going to copy. It seems some problem is there. Check the syntax, activate this one. No. Just give me 2 minutes. I'm trying to see over here what's going wrong. Initialization, that is fine. Oh, you can see that by mistake I have given this a start using variant. This should not be there. Okay, now let's start. Press F8 and you can see that by default that particular file name is coming mb28april.txt. Okay, this particular mb28 apr.txt is populating over here. I'll put the breakpoint now. Okay, so let me do one thing. I'm going to delete this particular program. Already we have the same program, 43 number program. So now we came to know that what is the problem. And we will go to attributes and remove this one, save it, activate this one, activate, press F8 and breakpoint we are having. Okay, at this point of time, if you go to AL11, OAL11, and here in the root directory, I'm just going to let's look for the MB28th. So it's not there, right? Now come run this particular program, press F8, file retained successfully. It didn't stop. I think the reason behind that it didn't stop because the breakpoint was not properly activated. I could have put the breakpoint over here. Okay, so now if you go and check, just refresh this one, your file would have been come over here. Okay, here you can see that mb28 apr.txt is created. The date is 15th July 2020, right? The time is 7:51:29. Just it's 7:51. So just this file got created. If you double click over here, you can see the 10 records 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 records had been concatenated and it has been written over here. Right? So this is how you can write the file on the application server. Okay. Now I will delete that file. Okay, let's go to once again I will delete that one, or let me first delete that file. Go here and go to that file. This is my file. it is sorted in the here. It's here itself. So I will just go and I will look into the option where I can delete the file. So just I'm trying to find out some option if I can delete the file. We can delete the file. There is a possibility that we can delete the file. So just I'm trying to see how I can delete. Okay. So go system. This is fine. Just go back. And how we can delete from here. Okay, I think from here directly we cannot delete. The option is not given over here, right? Or maybe I don't have proper authorization, that need to be checked. But from program we can delete. However, let it be like that only. With the help of some function module, we can delete this particular file. Okay, let's create another file. The file name can be different. I'm going to sorry, some internet issue was there. Okay, so here you can see that mb28 apr.txt. I'm not able to delete. I'm not getting any option over here. So from the function module, with the help of a function module, we can delete this one. However, let's leave as it is, and we will create another file. Let's have the name of the file is mb28 apr1.txt. Okay, activate this one. The another file we are going to create. Press F8, run once again. And here you can see that under start of selection, we are first fetching the data. So in IT underscore tab, we are having 10 records. If size of RC equal to 0, here what as a better programming practice, here what we could have written, that if the selection is successful, then we could have written over here if size of RC here also, if size of RC is equal to 0, then we should go ahead, right? Otherwise, why to go ahead? There is no need of going ahead. If there is no data in IT underscore tab, why to go ahead? So better we could have, better what we could have done. I mean to say, let me close over here. Okay. So go to AC30. I didn't stop my program there itself. I didn't want to go ahead. I will correct my program over here. So suppose if size of RC not equal to 0, that means there is no data in IT underscore tab. Then come out from the program, right? Why to go ahead? There is no meaning of going ahead. So this is a better programming practice. Okay, activate this one, activate, run once again, put the breakpoint over here, run once again, press F8, and here you can see size of RC equal to 0, so it will not exit, it will go ahead. And open data set, press F6, you can see that size of RC here also 0, that means this file successfully got created at the application server. Let us see if it is there at this point of time or not. Double click over here and you can see that mb28 april 1.txt is here. Double click over here, currently it will be blank, right? If I am clicking over here, it's not opening because there is no content in this file, that's why it's not opening. Press F6 over here and loop. I'm just looping the first record. You can see that 199 FEIT and C. So this LV underscore string. LV underscore string, if you can see that separated by a space, going to transfer this file LV underscore string to P underscore file. Press F6 and in P underscore file, in this file the data has been written. Now if you go and check, double click over here, just refresh it first. I'm refreshing it, refresh, double click, it's not opening. I think after close data set it will, but the content is written. Okay, but the content is written. Okay, so all the 10 content is written, and now it will come to the closed data set. Okay, so once the closed data set is there, at this point of time, certainly it should be able to, we should be able to open. Double click over here and you can see that now we are able to open. So after closing the data set, that file content is getting saved over here. Okay, press F8. So this is how the file written successfully. The message is showing over here and file got successfully written over here. Now if you have any question, please feel free to discuss, or else I will let you know how you can read the file from the application server. Okay, the important keyword, we will understand what is the important keyword, and that keyword will try to understand how we can read the file. Okay, feel free to ask if you have any question, any doubt over here. Okay, Shrikant, still audio is not there, or you are able to listen? You will have to use the computer option. Okay, computer signed option you will have to open, you will have to use. Fine. So now let's understand how we can read the file from the application server. Go to the system, go to the program, we'll copy the same program, go here, and I'm going to copy the same program. 44, program number 44, copy this, local object, go into change mode, and here select all this thing is fine. This is not required, right? Now the file is written, and the name of the file is this mb28april1.txt. Okay, so this file we want to read from the application server. So to read the file, what we'll have to do, that we have to use this command open dataset, but instead of for output, here we'll have to use the input. Okay, in text mode. Okay, and in coding default, everything is going to be same, only here for output, at place of for output, here it should be for input. That's it. Now if size of RC is 0, then what actually you'll have to do over here, you will have to put all these particular things in a loop, not this particular loop. We are going to use the, why we are not going to use this loop, the reason behind, here in IT underscore tab we don't have anything, right? So we are reading the data from the file. Which file? From the application server file. And from the application server file, you cannot directly get the data into the internal table. Okay, so one by one we will have to get the data. So if you have to get one by one, we'll have a command called read. Okay, read command, read data set, actually read data set, read table. One command is read table. With the help of that we read the internal table. With the help of read data set, we read the content of the file from the application server. Okay, so we have opened the file. Then once you open the file, what you will have to do, that let me do one thing, I will first comment this one. Okay, and let's start from here. So what you will have to do, that you have to use the read data set. Okay, which data set? This data set. Data set means name of the file, the set of data. Where the set of data is there? Under the file. So we'll have to give the name of the file. So read data set, the file into LV underscore string. So what will happen? The very first record will come and put into this LV underscore string. Okay, the very first record will come and put into this LV underscore string, and this you can just print it. Okay, just you want to see in your output screen, so you can LV underscore string, right? So you can print this one. Now it will take only the first record. You would like to get all the possible records which is there in the file. So you have 10 records in the file. How to go to the next record, right? So for that purpose, you will have to use the loop statement. So which are the loop statement in ABAP? You have the loop statement in ABAP: do and end do, while, end while, for loop. For loop has been introduced after NetWeaver 7.40. Means recently, 4 years back. Earlier, do and end do and while and end while only was there. Okay. So these are the loop. Loop at and end loop is not the actual loop, right? Loop at internal table and end loop is not the actual loop. This particular fact we already know, right? This is the iterative statement just. It will not go inside the loop. If there is no data in this IT underscore tab table, it will not go even a single time. That's why it is not a loop. It's just a iterative statement based upon the internal table content. So we are going to use, because we have to read the next content as well, I'm going to put this one inside any loop, do or end do or while or end while. I'm going to use the do, and then I'm going to use the end do, right? But this will go into the infinite loop, right? It will go into the infinite loop. We will have to come on certain point. When I'll have to come on certain point? When we are having only 10 records, so it will keep on reading till 10. On the 11th record, it will not read. So how we will identify that it has not read? In that case, size sub RC will become non-zero. Okay. So if data is there in the file and if successfully read, it will put into this for the first record. Okay. Again for the second record, if it was there, it will put into this LV underscore string. Okay. And if it successfully put, then size sub RC will become 0. So if size sub RC is very, very important system variable. Okay. At many places, in case of success, to identify the successful execution, we use this particular system variable, right? So if size sub RC is this equal to 0, then write this one. Any time if any read statement is going to give, the 0, just come out. That means the record is not there. That means that record is not there. So this is how you can come out from the loop. I will show you. Check the syntax over here. Activate this one. Activate here. Put the breakpoint. Okay. And now run it. Okay. Run this. So the file is open to read here because I have used the input. So in p underscore file, whatever the file name is there, now it is open to read. Okay. The rest of the things is going to do this read dataset command. So it will read the first record and it will put into this. So the first record is this one, 199 FEIT and C. How to verify? That is the first record. You can go and you can double click over here and open this. You can see 199 FEIT and C is there. The first record has been read over here and it has put into this LV underscore string, right? LV underscore string, it is there. Here you can see. This is the first record and we are going to print it. It got printed. Similarly, because the loop statement we are having, again it's going to, it's keep on reading and next. So this time you can see that p underscore file, the LV underscore string is having, I think it is the fifth, because fifth time, 5 times I have run it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can see this row M. This is the 5th record. Similarly, this is the 6th record. This is the 7th record. This is the 8th record. This is the 9th record. This is the 10th record. And in 11th, it will get fell. You can see that. Press F6. You can see size sub RC got fell. Means this is in that file. The 11th record is not there, and in that case, it will exit from that loop and it will come out. Press F8. And here you can see that the content of the file is this one, which is there on the application server. I will just format it. I will use a new line over here so that it will be easy for us to understand what is the data, right? So here you can see that this is the output we are having, right? This is the output we are having. Okay. So we have read the data from this application server and we have printed over here. So this is how you can, this is how you can, this is how you can read the data from the application server. So this is read content on application server. So these are the most important things, most frequently used on the application server file operation. You can get the F4 help also to pop up all the directory value, okay, to pop up so whatever there in a particular directory. Suppose in this directory what are the files are there, you can see so many files is there in that particular directory, data directory. So if you want to see the list of file available over here, you have a function module you can use over there, okay, SAP standard function module, right? So here you can see, so under this particular directory you have list of this. So whichever, here also you can see under the main directory list of directory you have. If you want to select the list of directory, SAP has given you the function module, you can just check it out. So you can refer the SAP standard documentation or you can simply Google it out. You will see several function modules. So just try to explore yourself. The important part, the important basic concept you have covered over here. Okay. Fine. So if you understand this much, everything is easy. Other thing you know already, like how to use the function module and all, how to select the file from the application server with the help of function module, right? You will have to give a work area. In that work area, whatever the file name or whichever file you want to read, with that file you can read or you can select. Okay. So now let's go ahead and we will go to the next topic. If you have any question, please let me know, or else we'll go to the another topic. Okay. So file operation, this is completed. Okay. And the BDC, now we'll go to the BDC. Any question if you have, feel free to ask, or else we'll go to the BDC.
There, I mean, without closed data set, how it's reading? I mean, we have commented the closed data set in the reading option for input.
Okay, I got your point. Yeah. So see, for read, this closed data set is not required. Okay, but it's better to give always the closed data set. Why? It will release the memory and all. Whatever the resources it has occupied, it will release. So it's better. I just forgot to give this one. Okay. So when it is coming out from this particular session, automatically this closed data set implicitly getting executed. This is how happens. Okay. So even I was not giving, the resources will be released. Resources will be freed. Okay. Fine. So here, because we are reading, that's why we didn't see its impact. When we were writing without closing the data set, it does not commit the file, it does not commit the content. So but if you come out there also from the transaction, automatically it will close the data set, right? So once your session is completed, if you don't use the closed data set there also, probably you should be able to see the content even you are not going to use the closed data set. But suppose if you have the large program, it's better always, because maybe after this particular statement you are going to write some several lines of another code. In that case, it's always better when you open the data set, please close the data set so that your memory or resources will be released. That's a better practice we are supposed to do. Any other question if you have, anyone? Okay, so I believe there is no question. So now what I'm going to do, let's start the very important topic that is called the BDC, batch data communication. Why this BDC? What is the use of BDC? How to achieve the BDC? Okay, when we are supposed to use the BDC. So we will understand, we will give the answer of all these W. Okay. So BDC, first we will understand the full form and what's the meaning of this particular full form. Okay. So BDC stands for batch data communication. What's the meaning of batch? What's the The meaning of batch. Batch means nothing much. When we tell that in a batch people are reading, in a batch students are reading, okay, that means several students are reading in a group. So batch means group. Then data, we know processed information is known as data. No, sorry, processed content, right? Data is nothing but content. Communication. Communication means, you know, one system is going to communicate with another system. That is known as the communication. One system is going to communicate with the another system. That is knowing as a communication. Here communication means transfer of data. Transfer of data from one system to another system. Okay. Suppose you have a system called, this is the legacy system, and legacy system is some conventional system, some Oracle system or some another system, some Tally ERP or some, because organization is having different kinds of system available with them. Okay, so and later they decided to go for the ABAP system, means SAP system, right? So if they decided to go for the ABAP system, in that case what will happen, that they will have to transfer the data from the legacy system to this SAP system. Okay, they will have to transfer the data from the legacy system to SAP system. This is required, because without data how the SAP system will work, right? So data transfer is required. So how to do the data transfer? So one of the important tool is to do the data transfer is the BDC. Okay, that's what we are talking about. So in BDC, in a group, in a chunk, in large amount of data, we can upload from the legacy system to our SAP system, and that data can be used in our SAP system, right? So for that purpose we use the BDC. So we have seen what is BDC, right? This is to transfer the data from one system to another system. Then when BDC is used, when we will have to transfer the data from legacy system to the SAP system in large amount, then you are going to use the when in data migration project, generally this BDC is going to be used. Okay, in data migration project, LSMW, BDC. Now the another tool has come. Okay, new tool, I think LMT is the new tool. That is very convenient tool. I have not used that one. I have used this BDC around for 1 year. I was working in a data migration project there. LSMW and BDC used to be a lot. Okay, Excel will be their main tool, then BDC and LSMW, and then their own internal program for the purpose of conversion the data format. Okay, so but this BDC and LSMW, these are the very important tool, conventional tool with the help of which we convert the data. Okay, fine. So there is also a tool called BODS. Okay, that is a ETL tool, extract, transform and load. So there is SLT. SLT, I think there is a transaction called SLT, the new transaction for purpose of upload. That is the replacement of LSMW. We'll understand what is LSMW. Okay, and then we will see that new tool. I will just explore about the new tool and I will let you know. Okay. But let us see this. What is this BDC and when this BDC and why this BDC we understood. Okay, and what and how. Now this how to do this BDC. This how questions answer, we will try to understand how we can achieve the BDC. Let's create one example. Let's go to /o mm01. You want to create a material. Okay, you want to create a material where in your SAP system, in your legacy system, you have 10,000 materials. So let us suppose, or 1 lakh material you have in your legacy system. Now you decided to go to the SAP. So when you decided to go to the SAP, you must have to create those master data over here, because without master data your system is dummy, nothing is there, right? Without material, what you will do? You won't be able to create any purchase order, no sales order, no transaction will be possible without master data. So to run your system, to use your system in day to day for your business purpose, you must have to create your master data. Okay, material master, vendor master, customer master, these are the master data. You must require this data in order to operate on your system. I'm going to create one master data here. I'm going to give the name of the master data is MB28 APR test material. This is the name of my material. This can be of 40 characters long in S4HANA system. Earlier, in if it is not S4HANA system, it can be of 18 characters. Okay. In S4HANA system, this system is S4HANA system, so here it can be up to 40 characters. If you don't have S4HANA system, there it will not take more than 18 characters. So 18, okay, 18. So here industry sector I'm going to give. Here I've given the name of the material. This can be, I've just given this name. You can have the name of material like laptop, mouse, keyboard, like that. Okay. Industry sector, I'm going to use this chemical industry. Material type, you can have raw material, semi-finished, finished material, all other different type of material. Okay. So generally the functional people know about this better. Okay. So I know that there is a finished material. I'm just trying to search about the finished good. So here, this is FERT. The technical name for this finished product is FERT. Press enter. Once you press the enter, for a material there are different views: basic data 1, basic data 2, classification, sales view. So suppose if you want to sell that material, so for that purpose you have to create the sales view. Then only you will be able to use for the sales activity. Similarly, for the purchase activity, you will have to create the purchase view. MRP, this is generally used for the production and planning, this MRP concept. Okay, so there are so many, you can see there are so many tabs involved over here. For the finance purpose, this material, once you procure some material, once you buy some material, for that purpose you will have to pay to someone, right? You have to pay to customer. So for that purpose, this accounting is there. Costing also will decide. So different perspective is given over here. Okay, many perspective is given over here. I'm just going to select a very basic one. Just to I'm trying to explain the concept over here. Once you understand the concept, you will be able to do anything over here. Okay, so the first basic data one I'm going to select. Click on this OK button, and here you'll have to give the description. Test material. Now the base unit of measure, I'm going to give EA. EA stands for each, right? Each generally we use for, suppose we have the laptop, right? So 5 laptops. So each here we can use, or piece we can use, something like that. kg we cannot use, right? Meter we cannot use. So this is that kind of material. Based upon the material, I'm using the unit of measure. Material group, if you want, you can use 900 is the valid material group. You can select from here, from the drop down. So 900, if you see, it's a valid material group, mobile. Okay, so I have just selected 900. Base unit of measure also you can get the several things. Just I have selected the EA, or you can choose anything. It is not like that. Okay, because it is from the mobile category, I am using the each. Now other things is optional. If you want, you can put gross weight, for example, some 10 kg, net weight, 30 kg, something different fields you are having. Here already one by default field is there, that is called norm. Okay, here we are having. Now this I'm going to remove this gross weight and this net weight. I'm going to use this division. Okay, this division and product allocation you can use. Let's have this much only. Let's keep it simple. Click on the save button. Once you click on the save button, your material will be created, right? Your material got created. This material is created. Where you will see that your material is created or not, copy this material number. This is the name of the material, or material number generally we tell. Go to MM03 transaction. MM03 transaction. And here you'll have to give the material. Press enter. The basic view only I have created. Click on this OK button, and here you can see that my material has come, right? Basic data to here there is no data by default. It is coming. I don't bother. We know that the first one, basic data 1, got created. Okay, based upon this data, if other applicable views are there, that also is coming over here. So mainly we are bothering about this basic data 1. Basic data 1, all the data is coming over here. Let's understand some basic things that, suppose if you have to create some material, okay, suppose if you have to create some material. So material creation you can do with the help of MM01. If you want to change some material, you can do MM02. Okay, and similarly, if you want to display some material display, what you can do that you can use the MM03. Okay, now similarly for the another master data, right, or some another transaction, generally if you see the transaction in SAP, if it is ending with 01, it is going to stands for creation. If it is ending with 02, it's again going to stand for change. If it is ending with 03, it is going to stand for display, right? So similarly, you have the transaction to create just a second, customer and vendor. Okay, you have transaction to create the customer and vendor. I don't know exactly their transaction, but I think it's a XK01 for customer. If anyone knows, please help me over here to correct if it is wrong. XK02 and XK03 over here. So here you can see that it is also ending with 01, 02. This is probably for customer creation. Okay, this is probably for customer creation. Just you can verify from searching in Google and all. Customer creation.
Hi Pankaj.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, XD01 is for customer, XD01. XK01 is for vendor.
Okay, thanks for correcting me. Thanks, Rami.
Yep.
Thanks. So XD03. So customer creation, this is for customer change, and here the customer display. Customer display. So here you can see that XD01, XD02 and XD03 we are having, right? Similarly, as Rami Reddy is telling that the another transaction we are also having, right, for vendor creation. So their pattern will be something like that, ending with 01, 02, 03, like that, creation, change, and so vendor. If you have to create the vendor creation, so it's a XK01, and similarly vendor change, it's a XK02, and then the vendor display XK03. So these are the transaction we are having. Okay, so this is another transaction. So these are some basic transaction. Okay, so generally this we will be using in our BDC for this using this material creation, okay, MM01. We have to create lot many material with the help of BDC. How we can do? So generally we take the help of functional. Functional people is having very good understanding about how to create the material, customer, and all these things. So if you don't know how to create the material, you can approach to the functional. They will help you to understand how you can create the material. Okay, once you understand that how to create the material, or suppose if you are not feeling that you can comfortably create the material, in that case, you know, you can sit with the functional and you can take his help. He will be helping you. Okay, so now see, if one material, if we have to create, what we have done, we are repeating some process, we are doing some activity, right? We are going to MM01, right? Transaction we are using MM01. We are giving the material, we are giving the industry sector, we are giving the material type, right? And we are pressing enter. Again, on the next screen, we are giving some information and clicking on the save button. So for all these materials, suppose we have 1 lakh material. If we are going to do manually, it will take a lot of time, right? So we will require programming knowledge over here. So whatever you are doing over here on the screen manually, that you will have to achieve with the help of on a screen you are doing. You have to capture those activity. You will have to capture those activity. Okay. What basically we will have to tell to the program particular screen, right? Here, how the system, how the program will understand, where we are human being, we can understand by looking into over here that this is the material, here we have to put the material, here we'll have to give the chemical industry, and here we'll have to give the finished products, or whatever from drop down it is there, we'll have to give it, right? We can sense it, but the system cannot sense it, right? System will have to tell to the system that please give at this particular place. So how you will identify this particular place? This particular place. So all the screen is having the screen elements. Okay, these are the screen elements. These are the screen elements. The material, this industry sector, this material type. All these are screen elements. Okay, small elements. These all are identified with its screen number and technical field. So you can see that this particular screen, you can see that this particular screen is having a certain number dedicated to this for a particular program. So the combination of a program and a screen number is unique. What I mean to say that, if you have a program, let us suppose I have created one program called ZMB03 APR. Okay, so in this program, if you can have the 100 number screen number, you can have 100. Similarly, you can have a program called ZMB03 APR1. Okay, here also you can have the screen number 100. So in a separate program, you can have the same screen number. That's fine, there is no problem. So simply by telling to the system that 100 screen number, it will not understand, but if you tell the program name and a screen number, system will understand. That's what I'm trying to tell over here. So a screen number, we have a screen number, and here also we have the screen number. Okay, and this is the program. Now, how to identify what is the screen number, what is the program, what is the element name, right? How to identify all these things. It's very simple. Put the cursor over here, press F1, and then you click on this particular technical information. Okay, go here. Here you will have to go. Okay, you will see the screen field name. You will see the screen field name. Okay, and the very top, screen data and screen field. These are the two important things you will have to you will have to care about. This is the program name, the screen number, the screen field, right? Program name, screen number, and the screen field. If we are going to tell to the system that in this program, on this screen number, for this particular field, please put the material called ABCD. What system will do? System will go to that particular program on the screen number 60. This is the screen number 60, and this is the name of the field, and he will come and it will put the what? Data over here, because system, you have given the proper address, exact address where to put the data, right? So what we will do that, we'll create one, we'll open one notepad, okay, and we will identify all these places where we are going to put the information, right? So for material, what information you require? Program name you require, right? Then you require, I'm giving one tab space. Then you require the screen number, right? Then you require the screen element, right? Screen element means field name. Screen element means field name, okay? So this is the program name, screen number, and field name, okay? Now come over here, and what we will do that, we press enter, we give the program name. So press F1. Program name will be same for this particular screen. Okay, program name is going to be same for this particular screen. This is the program. Every time for other two also you will be see the same program name, right? Because the screen is going to be same. The screen number is 60. I remember it was there 60, and the field name I just forgot. So again I will go and I will take it from here. RMMG1-MATNR. RMMG1-MATNR. So I will give this one. Now, the another field what we have, industry sector. Okay. Press F1 over here. Come over here, and you can see that screen field RMMG1-MBRS is there. This program name and the screen number is going to be same throughout this screen. Okay, only the field name is going to be changed, right? This is logical also, correct? So here no need to put more stress. Everything is going to be same. Just a second. So what I will do, I will open an Excel. There it will be easy for me to write. All right. So let's open one Excel quickly, and I'll paste it over here. Control V. Okay. Fine. So here okay, good. So we have given this program name, a screen number, right? So similarly, what I'm going to do that, I'm going to write the another information as well for another field. Okay, for another field, because system will not understand, we'll have to give this information, and it's very easy to identify this information. Even we have the better tool, just by noting it down manually, I will let you know, but just let's understand the concept first, and then we will go to the tool called SHDB. We will see that one. So the program is going to be same throughout the screen. Screen number will be also same. This is also this is only going to be changed. So MATNR MBRSH. Let me go here. So industry sector, material type, the third one. Press F1 and go to the technical settings. And from here, for the third material, for the third field, I have copied down the information, right? The field name, this program name and the screen number will be same, right? You can see the program name and the screen number for the industry sector is also same. Okay, so these three information we have given. Now what we have given that, again I'm giving some dummy material, press enter. I have selected this one, so you'll have to tell to the system, please select this first record from here. Whatever the screen is coming from there, you'll have to select the first record. Okay, if you want to select this first, second, third and fourth, right, you will have to tell to the system, please select first, second, third, fourth, right. Here we have taken very simple example. I'm just taking the basic data one, first one. If you know how to select this first one, you will be able to understand, you will be able to do for others as well. Press F1. F1 is the tool to identify, how to identify this particular screen number to this particular program number, right. So first program number and screen number is important, right. This is again a new screen. You can see that on the select views is again a new screen. So I'm going to identify the program number and screen number. Generally program is going to be the same. Okay, screen is here going to be different. You can see that program SAP LMGMM is the same program, right. This is the same program. A screen number can change. What is the screen number? 0070. So screen number I'm going to keep it over here. And now that field, what is that field name? Here you can see that screen field MSICHTAUSWDYTXT. This is the screen field. Okay, so just paste it over here. But the thing is, how we will identify this is the first this is the first value, because first value I have selected. Why I'm telling, because if you select the third value also, you know, press F1, and if you see the screen field, it is the same, right. It is the same. I'm just copying over here and I will put in this Excel. It is same, you can see. So how the system will identify the third or fourth, or you know, third, fourth, suppose MRP1. For this also, if you press F1, you will get the same information, same screen field. You can see same. So system actually identify with the help of a number. Okay, so this is the one. What you will have to do, that you will have to put in bracket 01 if we're going to select the first field. Okay, if we're going to select the third field, for example MRP1, so you have to count from here 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 10 11 12. You'll have to give the 12 over here. Okay, so like that you'll have to identify, sorry, you'll have to give the 12 over here. Okay, so like that you will have to prepare the data. So I have prepared few data because I'm going to select only the basic view. I want to create only the basic view. If you want to create the multiple view, you know, basic view, all these things, so you'll have to do Control D, and here suppose the second field also you want to do, and then you know, third, fourth, like that you can do. So third and then fourth also you can do, like that you can do. Okay, so this is how I'm going to take only the basic view. I'm going to remove this, or I will just hide it. I'm going to remove it, not required. Okay, now come over here, press on OK button. Right, this is MM03, I think. Let's go to MM01. MM01. Okay, the same value, this everything is fine. Press enter. Basic data 1 we have selected, right. Click on this OK button, and here it has come. Another, what we are giving, the description we are giving, again we will go and we will copy this program name. This program name is different at this point of time, right. The screen number is 1002. Copy this screen number. So we'll tell to the system, go to this particular program, go to this particular screen, and go to this particular field name. Okay, and whatever the value we'll have to give, the value also will give. Here we'll create one field value column, and here we'll keep on supplying the value. Okay, so material sum ZMB03, sorry, ZMB 20th, right. It should be MB28th APR01. This is the first. This is the material number. Then the industry sector will be either 0, 1, from 0 to, means I will have to check what is the possible value of industry sector, right? So generally I give the 0. 0 is one valid value for the industry sector. Material type FEIT or whatever material type. Okay. Then the text, this one. So here dynamically this 0, 1, 0, 2 you are going to pass it over here, right? So this value, maybe you can again put the 0, 1 or something like that. MAKT, MAKTX, the material description, you are going to give something description, some test description, the first material, okay, or material demo, material or BDC demo, okay. So this is how you'll have to prepare the data. So some data we have prepared, right? But you can see that if you have several fields, this will take a lot of time to prepare this data, right? You can see that 15 minutes around it has taken for me as of now, right? So SAP has given you a wonderful tool called SHDB for the purpose of recording. So what you can do that, you can record this particular transaction automatically. Every field and everything is going to get populate, okay? So you can go to SHDB transaction. Once you go over here, click on the new recording, give the recording name, go to the functional, because you don't know how to run this transaction. Your functional knows very well. Go to this MM0. First you give this MM0 before going to your functional. Click on this start recording, okay. Come over here, go to your functional and tell that please help me to create this material. Don't do many things over here, right? Don't do many things over here, because whatever you are going to do over here, everything is going to get captured. So you will have to fill the relevant value. You don't have to do many things over here. Take the proper value, exact value in one go. So before, you can go and ask before even starting the recording to your function that please get ready how to create a material with a valid example, with a valid set of data, okay. So here this material is there. Just I'm going to change some name over here, the new material, okay, MB, just a second, ZMB03 new, okay. Here, okay, just I have given Z. Chemical industry, select this chemical industry. Finished product, just select it. Press enter, select this basic data 1, press enter once again, give this text and all, test, this base unit of measure, and this general item category group is already there, right? Just remove this and give once again, so it will be properly get captured. Press enter, click on the save button, okay. Your material got created and your recording is available over here, right? System is telling that this is the place from where you have started. T stands for transaction. So you have started the MM01 transaction, right? This is not required for me, right? A starting point is not required for me. I'm just going to delete this one. Sorry, I want to delete this particular selected line. Let me, I just want to select this one. What is telling, instead of the selected line, do you want to delete all the lines in the associated transaction? No. Okay, so that line I have deleted. The first line, the transaction related line, generally don't require. You can also delete. Okay, now you can see that this is the program number. This is a screen number. We have started newly this screen. The very first time when a screen comes, that means we have to give the X over there. Very first time when a screen comes. Okay. Now you can see that BDC underscore cursor is nothing but the place where you have put your cursor. The place where you have put your cursor. So what actually I have done when I was creating that material, I have put my cursor on this material type. So it captured actually. It captured. So nothing to worry. If it captured, nothing to worry. If you want, you can remove. If you want, you can remove. It is not required, right? It is not required. So I'm going to just remove it. If you keep it also, there is no problem, right? If you keep it also, there is no problem. Pressing enter, you can see that for the BDC underscore OK code, here enter is there. What is the meaning of this enter, right? So if you press enter over here, right, after giving all this information, the material and all, you have to press the enter, then only you will go to the next screen, right? So for pressing enter, you will have to use, the system has used the field name BDC underscore OK code, and the value there, it has been passed as a enter, equal enter. Okay, so if you also give this particular field name, okay, so that was the system field, that's why we were not able to see when we pressed enter, but this transaction has captured those particular field. Okay, so if you are going to use this transaction, it will be very easy for you to identify if something is hidden. Otherwise, you will have to be expert enough to identify the field. Okay, so that will take time also. So it's better to use this transaction. It's always recommended to use this transaction. So this will require, because you'll have to press the enter after giving all this information, right? Material number I'm giving. This is the name of the field, right? We have just noted it down, the name of the field, right? Again, this another MBRSH. You can see MBRSH. Again, the MTIT, right? And the value I have passed, that also it got captured, right? The value which I have passed, that also got captured. Now, the 17 number screen, you can, when you press the enter, the 70 number screen was came, right? 70 number. So that 70 number also got captured over here, because that is a new screen. So I have given the system has taken as a new X in order to identify that it's a new screen. Whenever the new screen comes, you will have to give the X. Okay. Other thing will be blank. BDC underscore cursor, BDC underscore OK code. OK code means you are pressing the enter. Whatever the command you will give, that will come under the BDC underscore OK code. Okay. You can see that here also, whatever the command I have given, that has been captured by this particular field. Okay. So, and the BDC underscore cursor on the next screen, my cursor was here on the first data. So 01 is automatically coming, right? Here you can see the 01. Here also we were telling the 01, right? Here the X. What is the meaning of this X? X means selection. You have put the cursor over here and you have selected the first field. This is very important. Then only it will be selected, otherwise not selected. The next screen, when you press the enter, you came to the next screen, 4004, right? 4000. It's showing the 1002. Why? And why it is showing the 4004? This one is the correct one. This one is the correct one. I have taken the wrong one. So there is a possibility to take the wrong also. Why? Why I have been, what I have done the mistake. Come over here and I will show you the mistake which I have done. So I will give the new material. Select this basic data, press enter and press F1, and here from this screen 1002 I have taken the screen, right? But you can see that it has been categorized into the different screen. This is one screen, sub screen. This is another screen. This is another screen. So actually what we'll have to take care, if you have the already screen over here, you have to give the priority to this screen, right? So here the screen field you have, the program name you have, right? And here the screen number. So you'll have to give the program name, a screen field and the screen number. This priority should be given. We'll not have to take this program name. So we'll not have to take this program name. Okay, we'll not have to take this program name. Sorry, we don't have to take this program name. We'll have to check the field description for batch input. Batch input means BDC. Okay, this particular should be given the preference. If the program name is here not mentioned and the screen number is not mentioned over here, then we will see from there. So this was the mistake what I was doing. That's why we have written the wrong information here. but the SSDB transaction does not do any mistake. It will capture properly, right? Here you can see that this one is not the correct capture. This was not properly captured. Okay, this was not properly captured. Okay, let's stop over here and we will meet tomorrow. Okay, I will because we are just running out of time. We will see that how to we'll understand the another some part we are left with over here for this 4004. So we'll understand this part. Also, what is the meaning of this 300 and on just click on this yes button, right? So this two parts we'll understand tomorrow, and then we will try to create one BDC program, and we'll try to see how with the help of this information, how multiple records we can create in one go. It will take some time. Of course, it will take some time to create the 1 lakh records, right? It may take 1 hour or 2 hour or 3 hour like that. But if you go manually to create 1 lakh record, it will take for a month, right? Or 2 months. So here it's going to help you. So we'll see tomorrow this particular part. If you have any question, please feel free to ask, or else I'm going to the assignment part. Now, today you will have to do the assignment. What assignment you will have to do? Any question? Anyone? Okay, so let's go to the assignment. Any question? If there is no question, please mute from your. Yeah. Yes, Adarsh. Yeah.
Sir, if I want to delete the particular file which I have created on application server using the technique that you have talked.
Yeah, I will let you know tomorrow.
How do I do that?
Yeah, I will let you know tomorrow. I will tell you how to do. Okay, we will cover that part. Okay. This report assignment, this one. Okay, just remind me tomorrow. I will let you know.
Gee, sorry to interrupt.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, the code, after a closed data set, if you put the delete data set, it will delete.
Mm-hmm. Yes, that's true. You can do that and
delete data set
that.
file name.
Right. That single line of code you will have to write, it will work. Okay. Tomorrow I will show you how to do in the practical mode, or if you are feeling comfortable by writing that one, that's fine. You will just check that you should be able to delete that one. Okay. Now in the assignment part, activity 1. What you do that, take 10 records from VBAK table or from MARCI table, okay, and write on the application server with a file name. The name of the file should be maybe your name. So for example, your name is others file 01, okay, txt. So take 10 records from MARCI table. Everyone has to do this assignment. Okay, this is the important one. Again, from interview point of view, this is not important. I have this is not frequently asked question from the interview point of view. At least I have not faced any question from the application server file operation. I have given like 15 or 20 interview till now, or 20 plus interview like that, but no one asked me this question. Okay, so from interview point of view, this is not that much important, but it's better to know this concept. Then again, whatever the file you have written under the activity 2, under this activity 2, what you can do that, read the read 10 records from application server and print on the output screen. Same what we have done today. So just do it. You will be able to. You will be having a good concept. Okay. Then try to create a material. Then try to create a. Try to create a material or anything. Try to create a customer material or customer. Okay, at least try to create the material. Just you have seen how we are doing, right? Or if you face any problem, just let me know tomorrow. Over here we are having the Rami Reddy over here. He is functional expert. He will help us to create if we get stuck. I also don't know. I have never created this customer or vendor, so maybe I will also get stuck. But material I can create. Okay, so here the create a material or customer or vendor, whatever you want, and we came to know that various transaction also you can use that one to create, and try to record this. Okay, record using the T code SHDB. Okay, and try to identify the field name. Okay, prepare a notepad where you have all the information specific to field, so that you can tell to the system, please go here and put the value specific to the field. Okay, so what you should have, the program name, right? Program name, field name, right? Program name, screen number, field name. These three information I require, and field value we can pass it based upon our requirement. So these three information just to prepare and share in a group. If you have any question, please feel free to ask, or else we are going to stop our session over here. And just one question I want to know, how was the today like here in this particular software, this free conference call? Was it okay, or did you face the problem today also? Can you please tell me?
Not that much issue.
Sometimes audio issue I have got.
Audio issue. In GoToMeeting also sometimes we can face if my internet issue is having some problem, right? There also we will be facing, right? So that is a common. Apart from that, like if you are facing some inconsistent issue which is irritating or which is not feeling comfortable, then I will go through this Zoom or and all. But if you are okay with this, here the cost is very low, like $4 or something like that. Even I can use this free also. Free option is also there. I can use most of the feature free. At this point of time, at least everything is free. Okay. So
it's okay.
Okay, fine. Then just I wanted to know. So let's meet tomorrow and try to complete this activity. Fine. Thank you. Bye bye. Have a nice day.